Welcome to Rauta channel and third anniversary video. Celebrating here with some coffee and roll cake. I'm here just to kind of make this video in order to celebrate the channel and also thanking you for being all the way along here with these 3 years. Now with this video I aim to mostly talk about what's been going on in the past 3 years with the channel, what have been achieved, what have been done, and how we actually got there. So let's take a little bit of a look at those figures and talk about the channel being done. Here you see the page of what Rauta about page look like. Founded in 2017, May 22nd, which is exactly 3 years ago, because I'm actually doing this video on Friday 22nd of May 2020. And this channel basically got started with those very first Steelfest interviews back in 2017. Back in the days, obviously, we had zero following. Nobody knew what the channel was all about. Nobody could even know the name because there wasn't any previous reputation with the name and stuff like that. So it was all beginning with, starting from the scratch basically. And curiously enough, during that summer we started to get some following. People started to find these very first interviews, and then reviews and other material soon started to follow. But obviously for the first few months things were very, very slow, only a handful of people taking a look at those videos, except for interviews which already started to spread. And I think they are the main reason why the channel actually grew relatively fast. Well, the beginning wasn't really fast, but I guess you know what I mean. If you take a look here at the figures, this is how the channel grew. So it took almost a year, or roughly a year, to get this 1,000 subscribers. So pretty cool. And in 4 years later it was 5,000, and now we're about 8.5 and over 1 million views. Actually over 1 million views. 1 million views was really achieved in November 2019, and the leading video is obviously Satanic War Master interview, which was already done in February 2018. Now if you take a look what the channel actually, what the content is, what it's made of, you get all these numbers just by clicking at the playlist. So almost 800 album reviews. Not all of them are out yet, but well, most of them anyway. And nowadays the pace is much more faster than what it used to be back in the beginning. I mean, there was only a few videos made in a week, maybe 3 or so. Soon I started to do like one video per day. And since that pace has really come up, but that's the main dish of the channel, so to speak, daily review video, if you will. Then there are more than 100 opinion videos which have always been about metal music one way or another. Some are more related to politics, some are more related to some bands and their albums, discographies or whatever, and some are related to religions, but all related to metal music, and that is the kind of a corner I'm coming from. Now, obviously, most people don't agree with most what I say, and that's how it's supposed to be. There wouldn't be any conversation if everybody was just circle jerking and agreeing with everybody else. So these are the most controversial videos in so many ways on the channel, and I think I actually like that way. Obviously, it's nice when you get to kind of rubbing the same way, when we actually agree on some things, which I say because, I mean, nobody wants to be on the wrong side of the fence, so to speak. But to be honest, being heard that I'm wrong factually, it's pretty cool because it's always a good spot for me to kind of enlighten myself, get smarter and all that stuff. And when it comes to opinions, well, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one. So these are one of the key elements what the channel is made of. But obviously what I call or consider the premium element or premium content on the channel are interviews, which at the moment we're roughly a little bit under 80. That is about two interviews every month during the 3 years of existence. Not the pace I guess I imagine or hope to be, like once a week, but twice a month is pretty okay if you ask me, considering this is nobody's day job and budget limitations or whatever are always there to kind of slow us down. The other content, game streams, classic reviews, which there are 24 by now, that is once a month, going a classic album. Then there are random videos like MISC or report or previews, mostly obsolete except for the report, I guess. Ask Me Anything videos, you have been asking me a lot of questions throughout the years. So there are 25 Ask Me Anything videos so far, including, well, I guess hundreds of questions by now. Some beer reviews, which are always related to metal bands. And the number is so small, obviously, given that, well, most bands don't have a beer out there, and most breweries or labels don't necessarily send a copy of beer for review. But those who have been sending them, well, they've been reviewed. Some book reviews, which I'll also include zine reviews, some random unboxing videos, and obviously some of the best of videos, which are in essence best of the year videos. And there used to be, those best of quarterly videos as well, but I guess it was too much repetition recapping all the best albums in a span of 3 months. Then there used to be this format called Weekly Mail, which was basically a little bit same as unboxing. There was a weekly mail I used to unbox in the beginning, all the review stuff and albums I was getting for review, kind of getting the basic news, so kind of a news meeting unboxing, but people really didn't get into that, which I kind of understand. Also, back in the days, the numbers for those videos were really low, but then again, so was the channel pretty new. So I guess there was reason not to continue. I don't know if it would make sense nowadays because there's so much more mail coming to me each week, but it's kind of obsolete. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at one of the videos and you figure out. If you think it's more relevant, well, leave a comment and I'll think about it, bringing it back to the game. The main thing here is obviously interviews, opinion videos, and reviews. And reviews wouldn't be possible unless it was for the labels and bands to directly send me those LPs, CDs, tapes, or even buttons and shirts every now and then. But obviously, what matters the most is the music. And because the huge amount of CDs and LPs I'm getting all the time, I won't be reviewing digital albums for the time being. People keep asking me that every now and then, while it's all basically said here on the About page. So I don't know, people are not keen to read the information for themselves, but rather just send a Facebook message or email like, hey, could you just review my band's new single based on a YouTube video? And the answer is always no. But it is what it is, and obviously people can't really blame people for trying, So all this has happened through the last 3 years. If it was up to me, and if it was possible monetary-wise, I would be doing a lot more interviews, even if it was at the cost of doing reviews or opinion videos or any other videos. But given the realities is that without money and time, well, you can't basically do jack shit. Well, obviously it's easy for me to do opinion videos and album reviews because I don't have to travel there anywhere to do them. But like so many other people, think interviews are the best content on the channel, and well, it's obviously the most viewed material as well. Roughly, I would say out of 20 videos, some 15 or 16 probably are interviews, which kind of makes sense, and then some opinion videos and more interviews. So probably out of, say, top 100, it's roughly all those 76 interview videos, a couple of reviews, and a few opinion videos here and there, which make the content most popular. And now, it's been an interesting journey throughout these 3 years, basically because I've met a lot of great people during those years. I'm not merely talking about the bands I've got to interview. Obviously, they are really, really interesting well, most of the time anyway. But also a lot of what I would call fans, I guess. People who subscribe to the channel or people who just randomly watch it and come to say hello and give some feedback about the channel. It's always a pleasure, really, because obviously without any kind of audience, well, what kind of a channel that really would be? Because obviously whenever I do a review or whenever I do an opinion video, it's not about telling myself to those stories or opinions or views or whatever. It's all about sharing the information and ideas that I keep having in my brain, and I want to tell you about it. I mean, whether it's about new album that is just mind-blowing, I want to tell you about it. Or it's about some metal phenomenon, which I want to share some thoughts about. It's all about telling you those things. And when it comes to interviews, same thing really. My job is done when I'm actually had the talk already with those bands. But if I was only keeping it for myself, what kind of a sense would it make? Really nothing. So like I said, these 3 years have been really interesting in so many ways. I've got to see places, I've got to see shows, and I've had these great musical experiences in so many ways. Not only gigs, not only albums, but all of them. And since the channel has been growing, it has started to help us a little bit monetary-wise. That is, some YouTube income, not much, but still at least some. And now that we started this Patreon account early 2020, now we're at least coming a little bit income, which then again helps me to at least cover some of the traveling expenses for me and my camera crew, because without them there wouldn't be these interviews. So all that money coming, even though it's not much, it's barely dozens of euros or dollars per month, at least it's helping a little bit, because, you know, traveling is fucking expensive. Sorry, pardon my French. And when there is some stuff, well, it helps us to go places and do even more interviews. So in case you want to support the channel, feel free to patreon.com/Rauta, and you can just decide whether or not you want to support the channel grow, because that would mean more interviews coming your way. Now, a couple of more things I want to mention before I'll just go bye-bye, and one of them is a new logo which is not even uploaded. As you can see, this is very manual-like, well, at least in my opinion, which I just wanted it to be, to kind of create this even more metallic feeling when it comes to the logo. And my friend also, who decided the logo, upon my request, did this thumbnail logo, which kind of even more emphasizes this feeling metal on metal, having the dumbbell with the R logo. So a new look for third, or let's say fourth year of Rauta. And on top of that, I'm happy to do this giveaway with this Idols review album, because the band was kind enough to send me a couple of copies. They probably didn't even know that I'm going to use the other one for giveaway, but here it is. So this will be used as a giveaway. In 1 week's time, this raffle will end. So among all the commentators who are not there to just troll or just say first, I'm gonna give away this Venusian black metal release among those commentators, and just announce a winner on the Rauta community page, and if I remember, also on the Facebook page. And since some people are unaware, there is Facebook page for Rauta, there's Instagram page for myself, which is mostly used for Rauta anyway, and obviously that community page which you can just find there on the YouTube site whenever you want to find more information. And I'm still doing those game streams basically every Saturday evening when I have the possibility. Not every weekend, but most of them anyway. So in case you want to have some random chat with me while I game, that's entirely possible. And also the Discord server, where I'm more or less daily talking some metal stuff with you guys. You have been actually quite a fun audience there, both on the game streams as well as the Discord, because it's cool to talk to you about metal and bands and albums and whatever, as well as in real life when you get to poke me by the sleeve and, you know, talk to you at festivals and gigs and whatnot. Now, when it comes to actual future of Rauta, I don't know what it's gonna be due to this epidemic. Eventually, gigs will take place again, fests will take place again, and I will be going there to do more interviews. But when exactly and what, to be honest, I don't know. I am no foreteller, and as such, I don't know when things will happen and which bands will be featured. But rest assured, things will continue when things go more or less back to normal. Once again, should you have any questions about the channel or what I do or myself, put them on the comments box below and I will get you back on that with the next Ask Me Anything video. And also, if you want to comment anyway the channel in general, also put them in the comments box below. Should you want to check out the Instagram, well, you can find it with the nick Serpent triple F, that is Serpent FFF. And also, if you want to join the Discord server or if you want to support the Patreon, you will find them in the description box or Patreon at patreon.com/Rauta. And there you can decide whether or not you want to support the channel with some little money in order to make more interviews and whatever. I don't know if there's anything to add really. Once again, that CD will be randomized among the comments there, coming within a week's time. So with that all being said and done, well, feel free to cup a beer for yourself and or brew some coffee and celebrate the channel having 3 years. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So take care of yourself and be well.